Hello everybody, I'm going to show you my latest integrated amp. It's a custom job. It's under AGY Custom banner instead of the normal Gilbert-Yeung banner. It has a separate power supply and a special feature because it has a 121 step attenuator in it. And how did we come up with this idea of 121 step attenuator? Now this customer actually have an 806 already, but he appreciate or he want a step attenuator like I used to do with Shellco rotary switch. Now Shellco rotary switch, I have done a 31 step or 47 step, and I said I don't want to deal with Shellco anymore because they are kind of difficult to get. They are not widely available, and I gotta wait like 10-12 weeks before I get any. So I said, can I redesign the step attenuator and make it easier to get, more available, and actually use less resistor for more steps? And he basically said that he doesn't want remote control, he want pure sound, and somebody like the stick plain charboil. Now I like that too because a different taste. You can taste the cow. So, and he give me the permission to do whatever I want to do to make this step attenuator. And I figure if I put two switches together, each switch have 11 position, I can end up with 121 steps, just like some test instrument. You get a coarse control and a fine control, and combine them together, you get a really wide range of controls. So that's how I come up with this. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the marking more clearly. Zoom in. This is zoom in. Turn it down a little bit. Zoom in a little bit more. Focus. Is it focused now? It is focused. So how did this work? I have a 10 dB interval switches and a 1 dB interval switch. So whenever you turn this 10 dB interval, you get a, I believe this 12 o'clock is 50 dB, 60 dB, 70 dB. Okay, there's a minus 70 dB, minus 80 dB, and minus 90 dB, and that is 0. Close, no sound. So you turn it up, 50 dB, 40 dB, okay, so on and so forth, and all the way up to this one, all the way wide open is 0 dB. So back to 50 dB at the middle. Same thing as a 1 dB interval switch is 5 dB, for 6 dB minus 6 dB minus 7 dB minus 8 dB. So combined together, you get a minus, at this position, you get a minus 55 dB attenuation. That's how it works. So somebody might say a 10 dB interval is much different. Yes, it's noticeably different, but it's not that much. I have used it, I have tested, it's not that much, it's noticeable. But between 10 dB is noticeable, but it's not that much, it won't scare you. So, but when you get down to this 1 dB, it gives you a very fine control. 1 dB difference, you can barely hear the difference. So that is how fine it is. And I do understand that there are digital attenuator or maybe analog step attenuator controlled digitally that offer 100 dB attenuation. But this is rotary switch, it's a mechanical switch. And this is how I do things, and I don't want, not so much like or not like, is I just don't want to do programming and taking the risk of not able to repair 10 years, 20 years from now. When you get into EEPROM, then you rely on the manufacturer to support you. So, but this one, I will show you the inside, a little bit more inside what the attenuator looked like. You can replace it anytime you want if you don't want it anymore. But in this case, I don't believe this customer going to let this preamp integrated amp go anytime soon. He waited for 6 months or 7 months, and I think he's going to keep it for a while. So that's why I agreed to do this. And this integrated amp has a total of more than 2.8 farads of capacitance, 80 watts per channel. And I am going to lift the camera up a little bit so you can see inside and also the attenuator. But before I do that, I am going to turn it on and show you the light that on my custom amp, and see the background light. Okay, it is on now. A blue light within the red rings. That's the custom amp's look, and it might look a little sharp and bright in the camera, but it is very subtle, and the red hue complementing the blue light in the middle. So I can shut it off now and show you the inside. I use the external switch to shut off, so I don't have to touch the power switch here. Now, I am going to handheld the camera so you can see the inside, but it might be a little shaky. Zoom out so you can see more. So this is the power supply, and that is the integrated amp. That is the two knobs for the volume control, a very simple one knob selector. Now I'm going to go show inside. This inside is pretty typical of what I do. Lots of capacitors, lots of capacitance, and now because of the extra knob on the interval that I have to have extra gain stage on the volume control section. Now there's also helicopter landing pad for holding the capacitor down. That's typical of my construction, big copper wire. And this power supply have two layers, and because of the height of the chassis, it gives me opportunity to put another layer of capacitor on top of the transformer. Now, because of the amount of capacitance, I have to have extra strong soft start in this power supply. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind to actually tell you, the first time I didn't put big enough soft start, not the bad things happen, but when you're doing custom job, there's always some unexpected event, and it is to be expected. It's not production. So I can go back to the back without turning the amp, so I don't have to put the camera down again. It very much looks like an 807. Okay, I'm going to do this so I don't have to blind you with the bright light. Power supply cable between the amp and the power supply. The slightly smaller one is for the input stage, the big one is for the output stage, and you have the SP cap pack jack for external capacitor add-on in the future. So if you want to upgrade, and also the FCF jack for the output stage, binding post left and right, and the input 1, 2, and the subwoofer output. It also can be act as a preamp output, and the number 3 input left and right has a XLR and RCA combo, which is not uncommon, but I'm surprised that there are a lot of people out there that think is not common. Now it's doable. It's not that difficult to do, but I also understand that can be confusing because you can actually use either one or both at the same time. So if I'm going to do it, it doesn't cost me more money. I might just put another jack on it, so you can actually use it as 3 single-ended input and a balance input. So you basically have 3.5 inputs. But for the other manufacturer that make a lot of unit and has to understand by the majority of people, that may be confusing, but it's not my concern in this in my case. So this is just, well, I shouldn't say just, but it is, to me, it's just another integrated amp. But I do appreciate that customer wants the step attenuator because he really want to hear what it is without any colorations, and he has tasted my other design. Is he saying that there's a slight coloration there? I don't know, but he's preferred my old step attenuator, Shellco attenuator, but I said I won't do it because of the supply chain issues. Well, it's not so much about a negative issue. It takes much longer and costs more to build. And this attenuator, does it cost more to build? Probably costs about the same amount of time to build, but it's easier to get. All the parts are much widely available, so I can build it one at a time. I don't have to build it like 5 or 10 at a time to make it effective. So that's the difference. That's the difference between using Shellco rotary switch and other rotary switch. And this is actually Gray Hill rotary switch and gold plated inside. Shellcos have a really big round contact and rub against the con. Now, it is open frame design which can collect dirt, and if it collects enough dirt and moisture, when you turn the switch, it will pop. We have actually managed to clean them. We can clean them, but it still takes time. And after a few years, if you live in a very humid environment, it will get dirty again. And this Gray Hill switch, it should not get dirty because it's completely sealed and it's also gold plated contact. So that's why I choose this design. And these two knobs, once you get used to them, it's not that difficult to use at all. You will actually enjoy it. The only thing is, it's not remote control. So that is I shouldn't use the word sacrifice because it's too much. It's not. It's a little trade-off. It's a trade-off that you want a pure sound, very pure sound, or you want a little bit convenience and give up a little bit of pure sound. So your stick will don't have that real cow taste, but have a little bit of seasoning. I think that's about it. That's about all I need to tell you about this integrated amps. And if you have any question, you can ask me. But I don't know you have any questions. So that's that. I will turn off this video right now. My hair is covering the mic. Hopefully you can still hear me. Until next time, stay safe. I'm going to stay warm. Bye.